Hi everyone, welcome to another week of Beyond Education Early Childhood Weekly Bites. I'm in my exercise gear now because I'm about to go to the gym to do a workout, but I thought I'll just squeeze in this video. Now this week I will be talking with you about the importance of the relationship with directors, the people that actually organizing and leading you in your work. So let's have a look at what we've got this week. Now, for those of us who are working in an early childhood setting would know what the director actually does. The director is a person that would manage the service and also provide leadership and vision and mission for the service. Probably also in a very large setting, be able to gather the inputs of the different team members and be able to put together a center philosophy. Now, this person that you're going to work with, it's very important for them to set very clear expectations of what you'll be in charge of. So maybe through your job descriptions, or for some of you, it might be ongoing review of how you're going. And likewise, this communication channel should technically be open all the time so that you are able to share wins and challenges as they come, so that you can build that bond and relationship. That's something that I learned about leadership and being able to really make a connection recently, and that is about adopting vulnerability. So I repeat, adopting vulnerability. So what that means that you will be able to be very open about things that is troubling you, or things that you're really struggling with, without needing to put a false front to say that you are really good at different things, because the reality is none of us can be good at every single thing. Now, and that form of open communication really just breaks down wall, build trust. And as you try to use that model in your communication with your superiors, in terms of like your directors or your room leaders, or even if you are a director and you are having that conversation with your staff members, just building that sense of empathy that you have for them in their work and trying to understand the challenges that they might have, you can see that actually builds bridges and just tears down walls. Now, the next thing that I want to talk to you about is the challenges that you might face, and why having the director on your side, or being able to have that open communication, is very important. Now, you and I know that in working in an early child service, it's a very highly regulated service, meaning that most of the time you will need to fill out what the children ate for their meals, maybe even if you're working in a baby's room, what sort of nappies the child's having throughout the day. There'll be cleaning routines, there will be sunscreen that you need to be applying or helping the children to apply, and be able to be accountable for that, and the records are being kept for like years and years. Now, there is a lot of accountability in early childhood, and there is also that high expectation of us being able to interact with the children, build really consistent quality education. So how do we actually balance all of this? So I would like to share with you 3 key points that you can actually build a cohesive team and with really great working relationship with your director. So the 3 keys are: number 1, that you'll be able to have to set priorities as a team. So maybe the center director be able to come up with the priorities that is at every stage of running the service. Obviously, the day-to-day priorities is very different when you are having, for example, accreditation, or when your service is undergoing transitions in certain ways. Number 2 is to be able to come up to an agreement after you are being able to set the priorities, because obviously the priorities of someone perhaps that is, a center director might be different from someone that's a team leader in a room, versus someone that is an additional needs support worker in that space. But being able to come together and be able to put the priorities on the table, and then to come to an agreement of when or how those priorities can intersect, and being able to determine where is a good time and space for that to be given priority so that all of us can function in a team is really important. Now, the last thing that I would like to share with you, which I have been saying this through all my other sessions as well, is communication. So being able to come up with priorities and setting the agreement, and alongside with that, to communicate that very clearly, how, number one, that looks like, when we're going to do that, or under what circumstances are we able to achieve that. It's really important. So for us to combat burnout then in an early child service takes communication, relationships, and partnerships. So do not neglect these things amongst all the other important things that you're doing, and you be able to see that these key things that you are going to be putting in place, it's going to work in your favor in then providing quality education to young children and their families. So I wish you a great week ahead. And I hope that you'll be able to this week reflect on your relationship with your director. If you haven't been able to be very open and honest in different ways of your struggles, think about that, as you build your self-awareness of how you feel internally, being able to be honest with yourself and finding the right way to phrase and articulate your thoughts and maybe even those challenges will actually open up all these doors that will actually help you to stay in the job than to be thinking of leaving the job. So I wish you a very good week, and I see you next time. Bye.